Cue the Christmas music because I'm interrupting this episode to let you know that I am throwing a Merry Travel Creator Christmas party. It is completely virtual, it is completely free, and there is no sales pitching involved. This is a time to network, collaborate, and most importantly, connect and celebrate all of the travel content we've created throughout the year. I love creating community and getting in other rooms with content creators. This is going to be a room full of good people, good conversation, and a chance to meet other creators who actually understand what you're building and what you've been going through. I'll drop the link below, but I cannot wait to see you on December 11th. Hi, travel creators. Welcome back to another episode. And if you are not new around here, then you know her, you love her, and you sure as hell trust her. I am back this week with the one and only Maddy Garrett, and this time we are talking about monetization as a content creator, and there's nobody better to do it for you. So enough of me, let's get into Maddy.
Hello, my name is Maddy Garrett. It always feels so funny when I say my last name. I'm like, this is so official. But my name is Maddy. I am a full-time content creator and coach. I have, as we will discuss in this podcast, done a lot of different things throughout the years that I have been a content creator, and just had several different businesses, and we're truly just riding the wave. And I love being a content creator. I love what I do. I live in Denver, Colorado. I have a dog, Cedar, and I have a camper van, which I used to live and travel in full time.
Does your camper van have a name?
My camper van? Yeah, actually. Her name is Maxine. But I call her Maxie.
Such a good one. Aw.
I know, she's so cute. I love her.
When did you get your van?
I've had it for 3 years. And honestly, the best van. If anyone here's thinking about van life, a T1N 2004 to 2006 Sprinter vans, they are the best. They are tanks. Like, I have never had a breakdown in 3 years, which is like crazy.
That's like unheard of.
Right, exactly. They're just such good vehicles. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Wow, that's actually a hot tip. That's actually a huge tip. I still feel burned by my long month adventure to like take my camper out, but then it's going to get cold and I'm going to get sad. So
It's true.
I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Side note, actually, I am going to do UGC for a camper van company and they're going to send me on a trip.
Oh my God, fun.
I know. How cool. Okay. But we're kind of here today to talk about UGC, but I also want to paint the picture for listeners about different ways you can become monetized as a creator, because I think people automatically assume, oh my gosh, I just have to build this massive audience so that I can become an influencer, when really they should be thinking about building a business instead of just building an audience. So quickly, can you run us down the list of ways you've monetized overall, and then we can kind of get into them?
Yes, I would love to. Okay. Starting off, basically there's UGC, there is influencer partnerships, there is affiliate, and then getting into kind of more business side of things like group trips. So hosting trips, monetizing off of like travel and trips, and then digital products and coaching. So I feel like those are pretty much all the ways that I've monetized as a creator.
Okay, let's say somebody is a travel creator who still works their full-time job and they want to become the creator who content creation is their thing. It's their main thing. They don't have to work full-time job anymore. So right now they're doing this on the side and they have like a smaller audience. What would you say to someone in that situation who is like, I want to start making some money from content creation so I can leave this job? What sort of avenues would you push that person down?
UGC, hands down. It is the best starting place for creators, I think. And it's where I started monetizing. And you can pair UGC with influencer partnerships too. So when I started monetizing as a creator 3 years ago, it started with some influencer partnerships on my TikTok. And I didn't have a huge audience. I actually don't really know how many followers I had, maybe like 20,000, which like is a decent amount, but not like wasn't like a huge creator. I started with some partnerships on there and then started doing UGC, and UGC just felt more sustainable than like influencer partnerships, because with influencer partnerships, yes, they're great. Yes, they can pay more than UGC contracts because you're leveraging your audience, you're posting to your page, but you can only do so many of them, right? Like your audience is going to be exhausted and not want to watch your stuff if you're doing more than like 4 or 5 partnerships a month. Like that's a lot. And so you kind of have to, there's a cap there, right?
Mhm.
Whereas with UGC, you can do as many like brand deals as you want, and you're not like tiring out your audience with ads. And so I think it's great to do UGC, and you can start dabbling in influencer partnerships. You do not have to have a big following to start with influencer partnerships. Like you can absolutely do micro influencer partnerships. Brands love working with micro creators, and you can still make good money with it. Like on my Instagram, for example, my personal Instagram, I only have about 7,000 followers. Like I don't have a lot of followers on there. And every now and then I do influencer partnerships, not so much anymore, but like I used to do them like maybe like 2 a month. And I could easily make like $1,000 for a post, for a reel. And again, I, have 7,000 followers. That's not a crazy number of followers. And so that's just to say, brands like working with micro creators too. You can absolutely do micro influencer partnerships and pair that with UGC as you're starting. And I think that is kind of like the perfect blend.
If you have been around in my audience for a minute, you know that I am a UGC creator as well, and I started earlier this year, really in April, and it's been so much fun. I have definitely made some money, and it's great because since I've been a creator, my income has grown every single month over month with new deals, and I highly recommend it. And the only way I have been consistent and this has been possible is by taking Maddy's course. So below in the show notes, I'll leave a link so you can actually save some money if you decide to join her program. But it's been so great. Not only what I've learned, but also just the accountability and the community. That aspect of this course has been so impactful and helped me stay on track with UGC. Highly recommend it if you are someone who just loves creating content. It's amazing. It's so fun. So fun. And then like you can become a better creator for your own content by doing UGC. You can also get paid for it.
And anyone who's listening and they're like, wait, what's UGC? UGC just stands for user generated content. And it is, you are creating videos for brands that they're using like on their social media and in their ads. So it's kind of similar to influencer content. If we get into the weeds of it, it's different. But like, think, videos filmed on your phone that you're shooting with products, the brands are using it. So UGC is just like, you're not posting it to your own account, but you are creating the content for the brand. So just to give the like differentiation there of influencer versus UGC. Influencer, you are posting the stuff, UGC or not.
Yeah, I am wondering, I feel like, okay, I haven't been doing UGC nearly as long as you at all. And I feel like I run into a lot of email exchanges with brands who don't really know what I'm talking about or are trying to understand how I'm going to be sharing this content. And I'm like, okay, I'm not. Do you run into that a lot? Like you having to explain to them?
For sure.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of brands still don't quite understand the difference between UGC and influencer marketing, or what UGC is. And I actually think that is a great thing. It means that the industry is like very much still new and growing, and it's a great time to get into it. I think people think UGC is too saturated, content creation is too saturated. And I'm like, no, I have conversations with brands all the time who literally do not know what they're doing. They don't really understand what UGC is. And so trust me, like there's so much growth to be happening in this industry in the next few years. But yeah, I get that kind of response often. And sometimes you do have to like literally educate the brand on what UGC is. And sometimes it's frustrating because you're like, oh my God, no, like I'm not posting this content.
If somebody that same person, they quit their job. They're like, hell yeah, I'm a content creator now. Amazing. And they start growing an audience, and now they have what they think is a big audience, which is fine. We'll let big just be an undetermined number we'll talk about here. But what kind of avenues of monetization change for them, if any at all, once you get followers?
Mhm. I think A, influencer partnerships, you can just start charging more. So that immediately helps, right? When you have more followers, you have a larger audience, more engaged audience, you can charge more for your reach, free content, which is great. And then there comes in affiliate, and there are some people who like swear by affiliate and love affiliate, and some people do make a full-time income on affiliate, and I'm like, that's incredible.
I know. I don't think it could be
Awesome.
me. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I'm like, for me, it's more just like something that you can kind of set up that runs in the background where it's like you have some links in your bio of things you really love or use. Or now a great option is with the introduction of ManyChat, which is like, someone comments a keyword and it sends an automatic DM to them with a like link. That is a great way because if you know how to sell a product, how to create a UGC video, influencer video, you can be utilizing that for yourself too. So like you can be posting content that's like, a come on a hike with me. And then you're like, if you want the link to, my outfit, just comment outfit below and I'll send you the link to like the pants and the like top that I have. And that's a great way just to kind of like make a little bit of money on the side if people are kind of interested in like the products that you use. You can like make affiliate sales like that, which is really cool. Again, I haven't done this a ton just because it feels like a lot of work for sometimes
It
maybe not.
really does. I
Yeah,
think
like
about this
not a
all
big
the
pay.
time. I'm
Mhm.
like, I really don't want to be doing all of this work for the payout that is literally $8. Like, I'm not doing it.
Exactly. And I think it just depends on the person. And like, literally, again, some creators fully monetize off of affiliate, truly. And that's because they have an engaged audience who really wants the stuff that they own. And like, that's great. And there is a way to monetize that. So I don't want to say like it's not a good way to monetize. It was just never a main form of monetization for me personally. But it is really cool that we kind of have that option of
Mhm.
if you want to share things that you love, people can buy through your links and you can make some affiliates with that. If you are in like the outdoor travel space, I would look into Rock Porch. It's kind of like an affiliate website where you can find affiliate links for all sorts of outdoor and travel brands. So if you are interested in affiliate, I would totally check out Rock Porch.
Yes. Travel payouts, I know, is actually another big one as well. Essentially does the same thing. I just don't think it's as specific to outdoorsiness, but it is for travel creators. I know it is. But yeah, they're great resources. I am a person who gets overwhelmed by the affiliate marketing world, so I also too just use it as a background tool that sometimes I get fun emails that things were happen and I
Yeah,
don't do anything,
no,
which is great.
really.
Okay, I would love to talk about how out of touch brands are. I feel like you could do an entire podcast episode on that alone, but I think you're too nice in your episodes to let it rip. So I'm going to let you let it rip here because
That's so funny.
we are not that nice over here. We are nice, but
But
you know.
no. And it's funny because I do think that maybe on the internet I'm too nice. I think that people think I'm a really nice person, but like I am really truly a bitch. Like I really can't stress that enough. I'm an Aries. So yeah. No, I'm fully an Aries, which means I'm like really dramatic. I'm very straightforward. I'm a blunt person. But on the internet it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I'm like not as much like that maybe.
Oh my God. What's funny is I feel the exact opposite. I feel like in real life, I am way nicer than me
That's so
screaming here.
funny. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
so the
that's so
opposite.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the Aries has
Okay.
entered the chat,
Yeah.
and are here to talk about how out of touch brands are. And this
Yeah.
is information that I feel will be good to know whether you are the seasoned content creator or you are new. Um, In terms of the DMs that you get from brands, whether it's for UGC or influencer collaborations, would you say a lot of them, some of them, maybe only a few, are pitching you bad pitches? Like, what are some bad pitches you're getting from brands? And also, why do you think they feel like $100 is okay for like 6 videos?
It's infuriating. Genuinely. I just think a lot of brands do not understand the value of content and the value of creators' time. Like, I think that brands are just out of touch with how much work it takes. And this goes to the general public too. The general public is very out of touch with how much work and energy and time it takes to be an influencer and a content creator. And that carries over to brands and like doing business and professional life. People just do not understand that there is strategy involved with content. There's so much time, there's so much planning, there's scripting, there's all these things where like a video will take me like 4 hours to come up with the concept, script, film, edit. And if you're paying me $50 for 2 videos, I'm like, you're insane. That is insane. I'm getting paid less than minimum wage to do this for you. Like when you look at it that way, it's just like it's so disrespectful to get a pitch like that. And I fucking hate when like brands will be like, oh God, I get this all the time, drives me crazy. They'll send me a link to like an Amazon product that's worth like $22. And they're like, we'll send you this product and then you post and then you send us 5 photos and you do this and that. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are you literally out of your mind? Because what do you mean? Like, if I was going to do this content for you, the reason brands don't like respect or understand the value of the content is because they are not paying for it. Like, it is so directly correlated because when you are not paying the value of content, then the content's going to be shit because those creators don't understand strategy. They don't understand how to create good content. They're just like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take this product and like film a like 20-second video for you that has no strategy, no meaning, no nothing. So the brand gets that content and it's shit. And it's going to perform like shit. And like that is just the reality. But brands who understand the value of content and are paying creators, they're going to be working with creators who understand, okay, this brand's paying me $400 for this video. Like, I am going to put thought into this. I'm going to put effort into this. I'm going to study their brand. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And the content is going to be good. Like, they have such a better chance of that content being good. Whereas brands who aren't paying, of course, they're going to be getting low quality content. And so it's just reaffirming their belief that content is not worth paying for. Yeah.
Oh my God. Get on a TED Talk stage right now. That was mic drop moment. That was so good. Unfortunately, this is a thing that happens. For example, this week I was pitched, someone sent me an email that said, "Hey Laura, saw your portfolio, love what you're creating. We are looking for 20 edited UGC videos. What would your rates be for that?" Okay. For context, I charge $200 for one raw organic video. $200 times 20. Oh my God, y'all are gonna make me do math. You know I don't do math in public. Hold on. I think it's like $4,000 or something. Yeah, $4,000 for what they're asking. And I sent that back to them. And they said, oh, we've been working with creators and we've been paying them about $600 to $1,000 for edited videos. So I responded and said, are you talking about 20 fully edited UGC videos? Or are you okay with raw files? And they're like, oh, we were talking about 20 fully edited videos. What would your price be for raw files? And I'm like, dude, if you want 20 raw file clips for $1,000, I'll think about it. But isn't that insane? That's just like very out of touch. So I'm going to have to think about a creative response to that. But it unfortunately happens all the fucking time.
It drives me crazy. Like, it's just, I see it all the time. But no, I get those kinds of things in my email all the time. They'll send me a link to like an Amazon product and they're like, do this, this, and that, and we'll send you a product for free. And I'm like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah. Also, like, stop giving me all this free shit. I have too much shit.
I don't want it.
Want it.
I
So much
literally
shit.
don't want stuff. Thank you, though.
God, I know. I also think I've said this forever, and one of the things that irritates me so much is truly that people don't understand how long things take. People don't understand how long things take.
Yeah.
And I think we're not helping ourselves being like constant consumers of content of like, okay, cool, I just saw a 20-second video. That means it probably took them 20 seconds to make it. It's not helping creators. But I think one of the ways you can explore or try and communicate with brands the value of content, one is kind of trial and error, like just pitching brands, and then finally we'll land with somebody who understands what's going on. But also in your pitch, which we don't have to get into because we've talked about pitching before, but how important it is to explain the value of content of what that brand can get in your pitch rather than being like, I'm a creator, hee.
Yeah. Well, no, 100%. That is what differentiates like a newer creator, kind of I can't think of the word. My brain is thinking rookie. I'm in a sports league, and so I
amateur.
Yeah, I'm like thinking rookie. But yeah, amateur. An amateur content creator, UGC creator from someone who's been doing this for a while, who like creates good content, who knows strategy. There is a very clear difference. I can tell the difference right away in a pitch, and if I can, a brand can too. And truly, it's about communicating your value. And if you are just coming in with a pitch and being like, hi, I'm so-and-so, this is who I am, this is my life, and I would love to collaborate with you, I'm just like obsessed with your brand, do you have any opportunities? No. Like, that is such a amateur pitch, and it's screaming, I'm desperate for work and I will work for free, or like I'll take low paying deals. Like, genuinely, like I see that and I'm like, no. You need to, in your pitch, be talking about the value that you are bringing to brands. You have to think of this as a business. You are not selling content to brands. Brands don't care about content. They care about results. They care about sales. That's what you're selling to the brand. You need to be positioning your pitch to be selling the end result to them, because they don't care that you're a content creator. Do you know how many pitches brands get every single day? It's actually insane. And I can understand from their end, like, oh my God, like our inbox is just filled with pitches from content creators. And so how are you going to stand out from that? Because the first pitch that I just talked about, that's not everybody's sending that pitch. Okay, you're not going to get a response. But if you are positioning yourself as a super valuable creator, you understand how to speak a brand's language, it's a completely different ballgame. Like, you're just setting yourself apart completely from other creators.
Totally. Just a reminder that you became a travel creator to travel, not to spend 12 hours in a cafe in Croatia, hunched over your laptop in total shrimp mode, wondering if your latest post is actually going to hit. Knowing how to create good content and knowing how to run a content creation business are two completely different skills, and absolutely nobody is talking about it. Well, except me. The Travel Creator Business Plan is the only business building community in the world for travel creators who want to move into business mode and not chase the next shot mode. Every month, you get one brand new business system delivered straight to the community. You also get monthly co-working sessions and Q&A sessions, as well as a private community of other travel creators who are building real businesses. Courtney, one of our members, says, you achieved more with me in 4 to 6 weeks than I did in 6 months with other programs. You gave me permission to chase not only what lights me up, but a business roadmap that matches my goals, not some cookie cutter process. And Courtney, I love having you in there. So if you are a travel creator who is done learning how to be a creator and ready to learn how to be a business owner, the Travel Creator Business Plan is for you. I would love to see you inside, and I will leave a link to join us below in the show notes. All right, it is bad pitch rant time. Let me head on over to my inbox and see what we've got cooking up today. Lately, I've actually been getting pitched by creators for thinking they can do UGC with my agency, which is cute. We can't do that. So here's one. Hi, Laura. Hope you're having a great week. Thank you.
I wanted to introduce myself and explore how we might collaborate. I'm blank, the creator behind blank, a lifestyle and travel content creator with an audience of 116K plus, highly engaged women in their 20s and 30s. My content blends travel, beauty, and aspirational lifestyle with soft editorial aesthetic and always a hint of wine and wanderlust. I'm currently based in blank, but as a blank, blank, blank traveler, I bring a multicultural lens to the content I create. My past collaborations include names like, I don't, all the companies, and I focused on building brands that feel immersive, elegant, and emotionally resonant. I'd love to be considered for any brand partnerships your agency is working on, particularly in the lifestyle, fashion, beauty, travel, or wellness space. I'm happy to share my media kit with audience demos, metrics, examples of recent work. Looking forward to the possibility of working together. Warm regards, blank. All right, so this is a pretty good pitch in the beginning. However, a few problems that I have is that they don't know what I do, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault because I don't have a physical product to do content with. I'm not going to pay a UGC creator to make content about my blog writing services. Also, we never want to end an email with looking forward to the possibility of working together. I need you to end it with a question, my friend, because we are hardwired to answer questions. So if you end your pitch email with a question, I'm going to be like, oh, they asked me something. Let me respond. So that one's fine. I got another one today. This is actually a follow-up pitch they had pitched me last week. Hi, Laura. Just wanted to check in about a potential partnership. Would love to explore any opportunities to help travel content writing create and get energetic content. I think we could create something exciting together. Hope to hear back soon. Thanks, blank. I don't think this is horrible at all. Again, I would end it with a question, and I would also link your portfolio again. Especially when people are following up, it makes things feel more urgent. So I would just slap your portfolio again. Because now I have to go, like, I can already see I deleted one message in this conversation. Now I have to go back. Oh, they didn't even link their portfolio to begin with. So, yeah. So anyway, bad pitch time is over. Marie, maybe you could put some fun music behind that for us. Thank you. Okay, this is not something I had listed, but it made me think of this. For new creators out there who are listening to this and they're shaking in their boots of like, oh my God, I want to do this, but how do I set myself apart from the millions of amateur pitches, even though I am an amateur and I don't have anything to back it up and I'm brand new? What should I say? Like, how could I set myself apart?
Mm-hmm. It is harder in the beginning, 100%. And that is just because you don't have proof of your work. You don't have proof that your content performs. You don't have proof that you can create content that converts and gets sales for brands. That is totally okay. You're a beginner and your pitch isn't going to look like my pitch for the first many months. And that is okay. And in the beginning, you really just want to focus on building up your proof. And so you might be doing some of those lower paying deals. You might be doing some gifted collabs. That is okay. There's like coaches out there who will be like, never take a gifted collab, always charge your worth, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm over here and I'm like, well,
How do you,
now is
yeah.
like not that much. And I say that with the most love in the world, but like you don't have proof behind what you're doing. So you need to go get that first. And then you can pitch these brands and be like, hey, look, I can prove that there's value behind what I'm doing. So now I feel confident asking brands for money, right? And they feel confident that they're going to get their money's worth out of my service. What was your original question?
No, you answered it. It was how amateur creators can pitch themselves to not be looking like all the other amateur creators, like how to set yourself apart when you are an amateur. But I think you answered it. Like you have to take a few gifted collabs to just figure out what you're doing. You have to get the testimonials. You have to like get on the job sites and take like the low paying gigs so you can figure it out and say like, at least I've worked with this brand and this niche I want to work with, which is the answer. And to be honest, that's like nobody ever started a business and then landed a 4-figure client immediately. Like everybody was in the trenches. We've all been there.
Yeah, that's just how it works because
Yeah.
you're competing with people who are years ahead of you. I've been doing this for 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
I have so much proof behind what I'm doing. I have a really good pitch. I know how to negotiate with brands. And so you're not going to be charging what I'm charging. Your pitch isn't going to look like my pitch. And that's okay. It's a process. That doesn't mean you can't get here. In 2 years, you could be exactly where I am. And I think people just get discouraged because they're like, well, people started a while ago. They're like, they have upper hand, or like they started when it was, easier and they're luckier and this and that.
Excuses.
I know. And no, it literally is just excuses. And I get it. But think about 3 years from now. People could be saying that about you. Or you could still be sitting there being like, well, they started then or whatever. It's like, well, you can start now. And then 3 years from now, come tell me how you feel. But back to your topic on pitch really quick. Like, there are ways that you can set yourself apart as an amateur creator. And again, it's just about speaking the brand's language. So throwing in kind of like buzzwords in there about like sales, reach, views, again, talking about things that the brand wants from your content. You can even throw in stats about UGC in general. So if you don't have stats yourself, you can just Google some of the stats around UGC. There's really great stats out there. Like, UGC content performs like 3 times better than traditional ads in like ad content. Like, there's things like that you can be putting in your pitch that make you sound like an expert and it gives proof to UGC, even if you can't give proof to your specific content. There are like things like that you can be doing to set yourself apart.
That's so good. I'm literally going to add UGC stats to my follow-up emails to be like, hey, by the way, this is happening. Okay, so good. Okay, moving into other ways to monetize, because we could talk about UGC forever.
Yeah, we could. It's my whole job.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Okay, group trips is another way to monetize. I have deep set feelings on group trips.
Yeah, I saw that in your email and I was like, ooh, tea. Okay.
I don't really know what it is because I love community so much. I'm like, oh, I love my people. I love being outside with my people and learning things. Like, that's literally what a group trip is. But I feel as though they are becoming something everybody is doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I would pick influencer A's trip over influencers B's trip. The only thing that would set that apart is like the destination. And I want you to share with us what you've done in terms of group trips and why they're definitely not a cult. You don't have to answer that part, but I know yours are not because you've done it in a way that is very different from what I've seen creators do.
Yeah. So I have hosted dozens of group trips and love them. They are so fun. And I did do it a bit differently. So I wouldn't say that I necessarily was hosting like influencer type group trips. Like, it wasn't like I had this audience and then I like posted and was like, come with me on a trip. It was that I created a community of people who had similar interests to me. So I started a community called Outsiders Together, and it turned into a Facebook group. And so basically, like, people would just join this Facebook group and it was like outdoorsy solo travelers. And so then I monetized that by hosting trips. So then I would host group trips and I would just like post them in the group and be like, hey, we're going to Switzerland, we're going to Iceland, we're going to Peru, we're going to Costa Rica. Like, if you want to sign up for these trips, like, we're going. And so it was less of come travel with me, and it was more, let's go to this awesome destination. It's going to be with 15 other solo travelers that you're going to get to hang out with. It's going to be this awesome experience. And I loved group trips. Like, I think they're so fun. It's also, I don't know. And I feel like maybe I have an interesting take on this, but I think people think of group trips of something that comes really like down the line when you have a large audience and you feel like you can sell out a trip. And that totally makes sense. I truly believe that like any business, any trip, anything is not really about following, and it's more about like what vibe are you bringing to the function. Like I don't know how else to say this. Like when I started doing group trips, I just posted a TikTok. I did not have a lot of followers. That TikTok blew up and I was like, okay, crazy. And then I created a Facebook group, and within 3 weeks, that Facebook group had like 5,000 members. And I was like, the fuck is going on? And that's just to say, like, it doesn't have to take years. It literally just takes like having the right message, showing up authentically. People always ask me, how did you do that so successfully? And like, how did it grow so fast? And I'm like, it's just because I created what I wanted to exist in the world. And like, it was very genuine. And it came from a place of like, I really want to meet other people as an adult who have similar interests as me. And I really want to travel. And I think that just like really came through in like the TikToks I was posting. And people were like, this sounds awesome. And like, I want in on this. And it wasn't like I came with a huge audience. It didn't take a ton of time to build. It was just like I knew what I wanted and I was able to communicate that. And people were like, I'm on board. Let's do it. People love to be a part of things. People want community. Like they want these things, but they don't want to feel like they're being sold to. And that's what I think a lot of people come into it. And it's just like people feel like they're being sold to. And it's like, you need to be positioning this as, this is something I want to do. I'm stoked to go on this trip. You can meet a bunch of other people. Like, let's go hang out. And that's way different than I think a lot of people maybe do it. Yeah.
Agree. I feel like I'm going to scream if I see one more like 3 spots left at $1,200 before you tell me what's included in the trip. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I feel so weird about it because it's literally all the things I love in one function. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't like I get it. I feel like it's just like it's a classic, it fits into the classic like influencer ego stereotype of like come travel with me and meet me. Don't you want to hang out with me? And it's like, no, I don't really care. I just want to go to this country and you happen to be hosting it. But I think there are influencers that have cult like followings like that. And so it is like that. And like people do really want to go and they want to travel with that person and they want to meet them. And there's nothing wrong with them, not my style. I don't care. But like I think that is prevalent.
Totally. Okay, fabulous. I will journal about my issues with group trips. Catch me hosting a group trip. I wouldn't.
I love it.
I wouldn't.
You could.
I'm just kidding. I'm such a bad traveler. It's insane. I could never do that.
No, so am I. Like, you don't understand. I'm so type B. It's crazy.
Me too. I just like, I cannot tell you how many times I've booked the flight in the wrong direction. Anyway, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Okay. Another way you have magically crushed the business world is through digital products. And anybody listening, Maddie and I did an entire episode on digital products. But for the creators who are new and they're like, what the hell is a digital product besides exactly what it sounds like? How could a smaller creator leverage a digital product to help them get out of working all the time? Yeah. / how did it happen for you?
Yeah. A digital product is just literally a PDF, a webinar, a masterclass, a guide, a course that you sell online. And so it's something that you kind of create once and then you can sell over and over again. And I love digital products. Digital products like genuinely just changed the way that I do business, changed my income as a content creator, like big fan of digital products. I started selling digital products, wow, I don't even know, 2 years ago, on TikTok. And it was because I had people asking me about UGC. And they're like, how'd you get into this? How are you getting paid to travel? How are you working with brands without a big following? So I just started posting about it on TikTok, and people would just ask me a ton of questions, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this in like a guide. And so I created like a free UGC guide. And then after that, I created a pitching guide. And then I created a list of like, gosh, what was it? Maybe like 300 brands that you could reach out to. And so I sold like little digital products like that. Like neither of them were super hard for me to create. The pitching guide was just kind of like the basics of pitching as a UGC creator. And I sold them for like $17, like very low ticket, very cheap digital products. Um, my first month of like creating and selling those digital products, I made like almost $4,000 just from like posting some TikTok videos. And I was like, wait, what? No, that's crazy. And I remember just being like, oh shit. Okay.
You're
Yeah.
a business now. You're a business
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing this.
Whatever this is, you're gonna keep
Yeah.
doing this.
So this is working. This is great. And it was just great. Like I got such great feedback from people being like, this guide was so helpful. This was so great, blah, 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 whatever. And I just really enjoy teaching. I enjoy mentoring. I love that. And honestly, once I got into selling digital products, then it transitioned into like also doing coaching. So I got into one-on-one coaching. I was helping other content creators monetize. And then that turned into creating a whole program. And now I run a group program. So it just like evolved. But digital products was definitely like the start of my coaching business. And it's great. It's such a great way for creators to monetize because you're just taking what people are interested in and like selling them something around that topic. And it could literally be anything. When I say anything, like I'm so serious. Like there are creators making a full-time income selling recipes online or selling like how to keep a sourdough starter or how to get your dog to stop pulling on their leash. Like those are all digital product topics that I know that people are literally making a full-time income selling like a $17, $27 guide on these topics. It's actually crazy.
It is crazy. It is freaking crazy. It's a great income stream for creators, I would say, at any level. Obviously, the bigger your audience or even like email list, the easier it's going to be to sell that for sure. But it is good for anybody with an audience who loves them, really.
Yeah. And like, you don't even have to have an audience. Like, you could start an account from scratch and just like start posting about that topic.
Yeah.
Just start posting. Like, that's what I did with UGC. I started a whole new, completely new account from zero. And I just started posting about it. And it was like the first month I was just kind of posting content about UGC. And then the second month is when I like created digital products and started selling them. So like within 2 months, I like totally monetized it. And again, I do think that I am unique in this. And I don't think that is like necessarily the average experience because I think I just kind of know how to show up online and do a good job at that. And like I understand marketing really well. And I think for a lot of other people, it doesn't happen that fast. Again, that's kind of my Aries energy. It's just like the fire energy. I have passion about something, I start it, and then it just kind of blows up. And that's literally most things that I do in my life. And I love that for me. And I also understand that's not the norm. But it's just to say, like, when you are passionate about something and when you like understand the strategy behind like how to sell something, like it can happen faster than you think.
Totally. Okay, for people who are not as good as you as you at being that person online or that marketer, where would you send them? Maybe their podcasts, maybe their books, maybe their YouTube, whatever. Where would you send people to learn how to be better at understanding sales psychology, marketing? What resources would you point them towards?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's so much online.
It's really overwhelming.
No, like genuinely. Some really great books are by Alex Hormozy, and I have mixed thoughts about him just because he's like very bro marketer and hustle culture, but like he's really knows what he's talking about. Like he's really, really good with strategy in business, and it can apply to literally any business. And so I would really recommend $100 million offers, $100 million leads. He just came out with a new book. Actually, I literally just got it in the mail. $100 million money models, and they are just such a good foundation for understanding sales psychology. He is truly a master at it, and I highly recommend if you're just like, I kind of want to dive into the business world and understand that side of things. Those are incredible, incredible insights into that. We Should All Be Millionaires. I think her name is Rachel Rogers. Big fan of that book. That's a great one to start as well. And then there's just like so many good podcasts out there. I don't like genuinely so many. I wouldn't even know where to start with recommendations with that. But
If any, Marie can put them in the show notes.
okay, perfect. But like also Google's your friend. And just start Googling, looking on YouTube of like understanding sales psychology, how to create content that converts, how to grow a cult like audience, like stuff like that. Like there's so many like tips and videos and stuff like that on there. And a lot of them are like really insightful and really good. And I think they make a lot of great points.
YouTube University, dude. That's it.
The
YouTube
best.
University. I'm a full-time student.
Same.
Always have been. Never graduating, actually.
Actually, I hope never.
That's so good. Okay. Now that we know all these monetization methods, which one do you feel like took you the longest to make consistent, or the longest to get to a point where you're like, I feel really good about this. This is like my thing. Feeling good about it.
Yeah. Again, I think honestly they all happened really fast for me.
Okay, shut
But
up.
I hate to be that person.
Yeah,
I know.
Stop it. Stop.
I know.
Never mind.
I do hate to be that person, but yeah, I feel like
This is what can happen. No, we can take this as a learning point. We're going to take this as a learning point for everybody listening, that if you study marketing and sales, this is what can happen for you. It doesn't have to be this like long drawn out thing. You can be like Maddy and just like learn stuff and then like do it, and it works
no,
out.
literally though, it's my philosophy. I'm just like, I know that I have so much potential and I know that I am like smart. And so in my mind, I'm like, if I just put my head down and I work hard and I learn things, I know how fast things can happen. And I think I've just seen it over and over that I like really believe in myself. And it really is also so much about mindset and being like, I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm good at this. Like I know. And you really do have to walk into things confident. And that is half the battle, is people are just like so not confident. They're so skeptical about things, et cetera, et cetera. I walk into life being like, yeah, let's see what can happen. And like, let's see how fast we can make this work. So like with UGC, I was making a full-time income within like 4 months of starting UGC. And then with group trips, again, that just kind of like blew up. And then I was doing like multiple group trips a month, like a couple months into doing that. And then with digital products, like the first month I was selling them, it was like, okay, $4,000. So again, it's just like they kind of happened fast and naturally. And again, it's about, yes, research and hard work, and also just stepping into your power and being like, I know my shit and I'm confident in myself and I'm showing up authentically. People know when you're not showing up authentically. It is like so clear. It is so obvious. And if you are not doing something that you love or that you are passionate about, that comes through in like every sense. It really, really does. And I think something that has really helped me like grow things quickly is that I just really showed up authentically and was passionate about the things that I was doing and building. And people see that and people really love that and they resonate with that. And so really half of it is just like stepping into your power and your authenticity.
I love that so much. It's so true. Like there's nothing more dangerous than someone who's like, I know what I know and I know what I deserve and it's whatever. And this, I'm going to do this thing and this is how it's going to turn out. So that's literally half the battle. I would say like, oh God, from all my time, like owning my business, all it is just being consistent at something for long enough and like
being able to take rejection as like a literally, whatever, I do not care, and being confident enough to know what you know. That's literally it.
Yeah. And people respect confidence. Like, I think especially as women, we're taught like
Yeah.
be small, like don't, be overly confident, get rid of your ego, like, whatever. We're taught that from a young age. And we need to like erase that from our brains because life favors the bold. It favors the confident. Like, think about it in dating. Like, literally, you're at a bar, and if someone is
Is this
just
your sports
talking,
bar? Is this your sports bar?
yeah. So, like, I could be talking about a recent experience, but like, it literally, if someone is super wishy-washy and you can't tell if they're into you, and it's just like whatever, like you're just gonna be like, I don't, whatever, like I'm not into this. If
Yeah.
someone is so confident and like they know what they want and they're coming up and they're, being straightforward and they're confident and you can tell that they are confident in themselves and they're confident that like they're into you, that is so hot. Like, that you can't deny, like that is magnetic and it's like, oh my God, like I want to talk to this person. I want to meet this person. Like, it is a completely different experience and that can be applied to every area of life. So many people think of confidence as like cocky or like bad or ego or whatever, and that's not it. You can be confident without being egotistical or narcissistic or all these things that people think it is. And you have to show up with that approach in business. You have to be confident. Otherwise, you're going to come off as like wishy-washy. People are going to see that. Like, brands will know that you're not super confident in your value or your pricing. And that is my biggest piece of advice, is just like own it. Be
Yeah.
confident, be delusional. I get that it's hard, but the people who are like the most confident people are confident because they just showed up and they were just like, all right, this is my persona. Now I'm confident.
Totally. Absolutely.
You don't think that the person coming up to you at the bar being like, hey, and like being confident and talking to you, you don't think that they feel a little like insecure or like scared to be doing that? They do. Trust me. Trust me, they do. But they have this persona of, all right, I'm locking in. Like, let's do it. I'm like playing this character of like being confident and this works for me and it works. And
Yes.
it translates to every area of life. Can't stress that enough.
Yes. Actually, I want to do a whole nother episode about having an alter ego, because it's something I've been working on the past couple of months, or like learned about. And it's like, oh my gosh, okay, amazing, because it just helps you get rid of all of the fear that you have. And it's like, well, I've made up this character and this like alias, and that person is not afraid of any of the stuff that you are.
Yeah.
So,
Literally, I love showing up to a bar and just being like, I'm actually the most confident bitch in this place. And like, am I actually? No.
Maddie, I
Not
would
at
pay
all.
money to see you at this sports bar.
Girl. Girl, it's crazy. I swear I have game. It's so good.
You should start a dating podcast.
Oh my God, imagine. No, it'd
Your
be
next
so
digital
funny.
product.
No, but I'm just like, I'm gonna walk in and I'm walking in with confidence.
Yeah.
And like, it's so funny because like that's not really how I am like in everyday life. Like, I don't like act that way. But just to like literally put on a face and be like, all right, game on, like let's go. Like, it's so fun. And that's how I approach business too. I'm like, all right, let's go.
It reminds me of, yeah, absolutely. Nobody's coming to save you. Another like mantra I have is like, it will work out for me because I'm crazy. Like, I'm so
Yes.
insane. I'm so insane, and it's gonna work.
No, literally, I'm so insane.
Okay, so this spring, my producer and friend Marie from Your Girl Media introduced me to the idea of an alter ego. And this is a persona, somebody that you step into and become when you are doing business things, doing work things. This is someone who is not you. This is someone who has all of the dream qualities and characteristics that your very best self has. So we did an exercise together where we named our alter egos and we step into them. But one important way of like how to step into them is that you need some sort of like access item or like something where that can help you access this alter ego. So for example, like I think Marie's is like putting on certain lipstick. Like when she puts that lipstick on, she's like, I am now my alter ego, and my alter ego responds to emails in XYZ way. Or once I put on my certain playlist, I am that alter ego. So it was really cool. It's such a fun exercise and something that I think we can all benefit from remembering or doing that exercise to begin with. And Marie has been so kind to find a YouTube video on alter egos and setting one up. And she has linked that for us in the show notes. So thank you for Marie. Thank you, Marie, for taking care of the baddest of ourselves. So that will be below for you to jump in and explore. Your job is to head on over to Instagram. And if you're in my community, drop this in the chat. The name of your alter ego. I want to know it. Okay, the last question I have that I've actually been asking creators about recently, because it's such a buzzword, but I'm so interested in what it means to them individually. And that is authenticity. We hear it all the time. Show up authentically. We've talked about it. For you, like, what does that mean for you when you're like, I'm going to create this piece of content and I'm going to feel really good about it because I know that it's like true to me? What does that authenticity look like for you when you're creating?
Yeah, I think authenticity is totally a buzzword now, and people maybe see it as like, oh, I need to be authentic, so I need to like share like the hard stuff and like the bad stuff, and I need to show up like just with every aspect of my life. I need to be sharing that online. And I'm like, that's not what it is. Like, that's not what authenticity is. Authenticity is something that starts here. It's within. If you do not feel good with yourself, confident in yourself, authentic in yourself, you can't do it on screen. So it's something that you got to figure out internally before you take it as like a content strategy, because authenticity really just means like knowing who you are. It's just knowing who you are, knowing like how you show up in the world, and that's your superpower. Like that, your authentic self is just your most present and your most honest self. And that doesn't mean you have to share everything online, right? But it means just really understanding, again, just like who you are. And I know like that sounds so basic, but authenticity isn't a content strategy. Like it's not like, oh, show up and be like as honest as possible online. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. Authenticity is like, who are you?
Right. Yes.
Who are you? And then show up as that. Like, don't try to put on some authenticity show. That's not what this is. It's just you. How do you show up in real life? Like, what do your best friends love about you? What does your partner love about you? That's probably like your authentic self. And tap into that. Do a lot of journaling. Like, go try new things. What do you love? What do you not love?
Like on a group trip.
No, literally. But like, figure out who you are. Figure out what you love. And then like show up as that online. I don't know.
Love it. Authenticity is not a strategy. That's so good. That's so good. That could be the title, Marie, are you listening, of a new episode?
I love it.
That's so good. Oh my goodness. There is so much in this episode. Oh my goodness.
I know. We could yap forever.
I
know. And this is like our third episode, and
it's so crazy. We could do literally a whole nother one on alter egos and all that jazz. But wow. Okay.
Wow.
Marie, have fun editing this. That's gonna be
sorry, honey.
Okay, where do you want people to find you, Maddy, if they for some reason decide that they want to like talk about you more?
Come hang out, come be my friend. Send me a voice memo. I love voice memoing people. It's my favorite. I am on Instagram. You can find me at maddyoutdoors.coach. And then I also have a podcast, Paid to Travel, the UGC podcast. Go listen to that if you are interested in UGC content creation. I talk all about that over there. I'm obsessed with the podcast. So if you were like, wow, I like listening to this girl yap, go check that out.
Yes. If you like this podcast, you will 100% like the other podcast. I listen every Monday. It's so fun because I never remember that it comes out on Monday, but I open Spotify when I go for my walks. I'm like, oh, a new episode.
I love it. I love it. No, I love my podcast so much. It's like so fun.
It's so fun. I freaking told you. Told you.
You did. Laura is like one of the big reasons I started a podcast, because I was on her podcast and then she was like, hey, check out my podcast, Editor Girl. And I was like, slay, I'm gonna hit her up. And then I did. And now I have a podcast. So thanks, Laura.
Yeah. It was just like, you just know too much to not yap in a long format. You just need to yap longer. Okay.
Oh.
And you did. It's fabulous.
Oh, I love it. This is my encouragement to all the creators. Just try new shit. Just try stuff. Yeah. Why not? It's so fun.
See? It is so fun. Like, who doesn't want to yap? Anyway, love to yap. Okay, thank you so much. That was so much fun. I can't wait for this one to come out again. Wow, a three-peat. Holy cow. We're gonna have to silence you for like a year.
Know. Everyone's gonna be like, put her in jail. Put her away.
Too freaking much.
Y'all know we would never silence my girl Maddy. We would never. Because did you listen to this episode? Oh my gosh. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. And of course, thank you to Maddy for constantly being on the back end of all my chaotic messages, being like, oh, I thought of something you need to come back and talk about. One thing I want to briefly mention before we go is how I'm making content creation fun again. Really, once you start having fun creating content is when the money will flow to you. I mean, seriously, this has to be fun. And the only way it's going to be sustainable is if we're having fun. And I just need you to internalize that. Internalize that when you are your alter ego. When you put on that alter ego access item, maybe it is your glasses. Maybe it is like plugging your phone in to get it charged to then do work. Maybe it's like when you sit in a certain place, like you are that person. Let that person have some fun. Because that more fun person is going to be more successful. So with that, I wish you the happiest of creating. I freaking miss you already, guys. And also, we are so close to my 100th episode of this show. Isn't that insane? If you've been listening like throughout this year or even last year, or even when this podcast first started, please drop me a note on Instagram at Travel Content Writing, because I think I want to send you something like physical. Like I want to send you like a handwritten note or something. That would make me so happy. But I have a super secret surprise I've been cooking up for my 100th episode, and it features a special guest. And that's all I'll say. You're gonna have to wait and see. But I actually filmed it last week, and it's so silly. You're gonna love it, I fear. And if you don't, I don't care, because I'm gonna love it. But anyway, okay. I'll see you soon. Miss you. Happy creating. Okay, bye.